Liverpool, a global giant, is suddenly drowning in a full-blown seating crisis. For more than a decade, Liverpool fans have been used to seeing their club sit proudly in the top half of the Premier League table. But after a shocking 3-0 demolition by Nottingham Forest, Liverpool have tumbled down to 11th place, below their fiercest rivals, Manchester United. And for the first time since he arrived at Anfield, their usually defiant manager Arne Slot has openly admitted Liverpool are in a slump and the crisis is real. Now, Arne Slot arrived with more hype than almost any manager in the EPL post-Klopp era. Jurgen Klopp himself endorsed him, fans welcomed him with open arms, and Slot delivered immediately, leading Liverpool to the Premier League title in his first season. But the honeymoon seems to have ended rather quickly, and reality, brutal, unforgiving Premier League reality, has struck Liverpool. 8 losses in the last 10 matches, only 2 wins. These are numbers that are not just concerning, they're alarming for a club of Liverpool's stature. And in Premier League, throughout the season, they have a 50% loss ratio. That's no good for a team that's defending its title, because league leaders Arsenal have lost just once. But the real earthquake came against Nottingham Forest, a result that has shattered an Anfield record that was untouched for more than 3 decades. Nottingham Forest walked into Liverpool's fortress and walked out with a 3-0 win. And what made it even worse was that instead of the iconic echo of "You'll never walk alone," Anfield rang with Forest fans chanting "You're getting sacked in the morning." Away supporters drowning out Anfield. Even Slot, who always dressed up losses as a part of the process, has finally confessed.
Playing at home, losing 3-0, no matter which team you face, is of course a very, very, very bad result. But I want to emphasize one more time on the fact that I'm responsible for the current losses.
Now, for a manager known for his stubborn optimism, this was a moment of sobering honesty. To understand Liverpool's crisis, I would have to rewind to a famous Jose Mourinho press conference in 2018. Back then, Mourinho said Otamendi, De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Silva, Sterling, Aguero, they are investments from the past, not the last 2 years. And that perfectly sums up Liverpool today. Because Liverpool fielded Alisson Becker, Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk. These players built Liverpool's golden era, but football evolves and their prime years cannot quite carry the club forever. And today, Liverpool's past investments, their heritage, look like they're stumbling. And a club used to ruthlessly dominate is only losing its legacy.
We are definitely letting him down, but we've let ourselves down as well. You look at yourself first, and then you help each other. You help each other get out of this mess. Because at the moment, it is a mess. That's just a fact.
When your captain publicly calls the team being in a mess, you know the situation is intense and dire. And Arne Slot, who looked like a tactical genius last season, now risks becoming a one-season wonder with them. Because he is relying too heavily on the same fixed group of players instead of evolving with the Premier League's pace, intensity, and tactical shifts.
If I was Slot, I'd try and make a big decision just so it has an impact on the rest of the team. Salah is not helping them defensively. If you're one of the players who they've signed and you're on the bench, then what message does that send to you?
Rooney is basically telling Liverpool it's time to move on. Time to embrace the next generation, time to stop living on the achievements of their past and start building the future. Because here's the cold hard truth. Liverpool are not being beaten because they lack talent. They are being beaten because they lack a sense of direction. They look tired, they look a little predictable, slow in transitions, out-muscled in duels, and mentally very fragile. The fear factor that once made Anfield the most intimidating ground in Europe, gone. The pressing intensity gone, and the swagger not there. Sure, the Champions League performances have come as a blessing in disguise, but with losing their identity, it will become a hard task in the fag end of the season. Arne Slot was brought in not just to continue Klopp's legacy, but to help the team evolve beyond that. Right now, Liverpool look stuck between what they were and what they need to become. The heritage is beautiful, But Liverpool can't keep living in yesterday's glory. Their biggest rivals, Manchester United, did that for years, and look where that got them. No Premier League trophy in over a decade. Their future depends on courage, courage to change, to rebuild, and the courage to start something new, a new era. And if they don't act fast, the slump could become more than just a phase.
I was a revolutionary. I became a ruler. I claimed to protect my people. I terrorized them instead. I built palaces. I started wars. I lost everything. Some called me a defender of Arab pride. History remembers me as a dictator. Who am I? They promised glory. They delivered fear. They shaped nations. They scarred generations. From brutal purges to propaganda machines, from stolen power to violent falls from the throne. Welcome to The Dictator, a series that strips away the myth and then exposes the men behind the tyranny. History remembers their power. Firstpost reveals their truth.